You are now live. Let's add the recipes here. So we have corn Brullee, and paçoca. Hello, Ana. Olá. Eu já vou tirar essas trancinhas aqui, é só pro começo. I will take it off. It's just to start because I find myself ridiculous like that. But it's all I could do. I was late, my clothes were messy. It's just a disaster in the kitchen today. But everything will be fine. How are you? Here it was a holiday yesterday. Olá, mãe. Hello. How are you? All good? What did you have for lunch? Yesterday it was national holiday here. Grand Duke birthday party. Hello, food delicious looks. How are you? So we wait 3 more minutes basically, and then we start with our São João food. There will be no cashews. Will be there cashews? Kind of, but not really. There will be lime a tiny bit, yes. Hello, Diego. How are you? So today is a really warm day in Luxembourg. Really, really warm day. I guess there will be no Luxembourger in this live today. Food delicious. Are you Luxembourger? Let me know. I think you are because you have a Lux underline, but it could be that you are not in Luxembourg because I know a lot of people traveled. Because whoever is in Luxembourg, no cashews by whoever lives in Luxembourg will be outside enjoying the sun because that's how it works in this part of the world. Are you in Luxembourg? So you're not enjoying the sun. I find it being Brazilian, I think the most curious thing is how Europeans in general deal with the sun because it's so rare that when it's there, you all run outside. Well, I have to relate myself also because since living here for a few years, I have to say that it's like that also for me. Hello, Ana Sofia, how are you? It's a bit like that for me too. So I got here actually today in the afternoon. I was in Germany, well, right on the side here, to enjoy the holidays there. 2 days, but it's already enough to restart. So 2 more minutes and then we start. Savory or sweet paçoca? Sweet paçoca. Hello, Scott Wilson. How are you? So I will start a little bit with the explanation of this day, right? Why I'm wearing these ridiculous braids here. I didn't make the freckles. I have a dress that I thought that kind of fits the concept, but not really, because it's a real dress that I wear. Beautiful day, right? Amazing, so warm. I'm so warm at home right now. But normally we dress like carré, how do you say that? Ana, my English consultant, how do I say the quadriculada? The shirts then. We wear this kind of shirts. And then... No, definitely not. I feel so weird with that. We wear that, we make freckles here, we make the little braids. We look a little bit weird, but we celebrate São João. It's a big party in Brazil. And it's so important that basically because they were afraid that we would not be able to celebrate it every year in the same day, they transformed the whole 2 months of June and July into a big party. So in June and July, if you are in Brazil, every weekend there will be a celebration of São João. And it's always involving food, lots of food, and specific food. So it's a lot of things based on corn, a lot of things based on peanuts. There's sausages also, it's true. There is some savory food, but a lot is sweet, I think. Then the Maçã do Amor, that is caramel apple. Hello, Fatina, how are you? What else we serve there? We serve all kinds of food. Manioc, a lot of manioc also. Yeah, exactly, it's during winter. And now today is really, really warm. So what I decided, I imagined already that it would be warm this week. So what I did is I transformed a little bit the recipes. So we don't, doce de abóbora, yes, pumpkin, a lot of pumpkin also. And I transformed a little bit to be possible to enjoy also in the summer. It's rare to have a celebration when it's actually cold. Depends where you are. In the south it's quite cold. So hungry and curious, yes. So let's start. We will start with the corn brulee. Basically what this is called in Portuguese, curau. Well, I take this out. Sorry people, I look myself in the camera and I cannot take myself serious. So we will make something that is called curau, but brulee. Curau is a little bit like a porridge, a sweet porridge made out of corn. And here, instead of making it's served warm, so I think warm with our 50 degrees in the shade. I don't know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's really warm today. Hello, little paradise. Hello, Gabi. Hello, Leon. And so I decided to make a creme brulee because like that we have still the yumminess and the sweetness, but we can have it room temperature or even cold, why not? So to start with that, it's really easy. This recipe is really, really easy. And I know that for many people here, having corn in a sweet recipe, I brought the blender today to the place here. Hello, Leon. Okay. Here it will be easier like this. I know that having sweet corn is something a bit, hello Vex, how are you? A bit unusual here, but believe me, it's good. So I turned it on by accident. Today I had a really big disaster in the kitchen. I don't know if you saw in my stories, but I made a big mess with the juice. And I spent so much time cleaning. I'm a bit delayed here, but everything will be fine. Okay, go drive safe. So what we have here? We have corn, of course, and this is frozen corn. You can use from a cob, but I think in Europe it's easier to get it frozen or from a can. I always prefer the frozen one to the can, but it's your choice. We add to the blender with some coconut milk and any other plant milk. Here I mixed already the both together. When I say any other, I use cashews, so that's why I say that there is cashews. But somehow, because you don't need to use cashews, you can use almonds or even peanut milk. Have you ever tried peanut milk? It's quite good. Hello, Liebchen. Then, what do I do here? I add now to the blender. The sugar now. When I try different things, remove the lid on the blender before turning it on. Yeah, no, I think it's okay. I tried today to make something similar. It didn't work out. No, not today. Yeah, 2 days ago before I traveled. So now I add sugar. Go wide or go home. Yes. working on high risk because my jug is not perfect, so it's leaking here, but I'm waiting the delivery of a second one. So for the moment, we do the leaking. And if you don't have a really good blender at home, like, you know, a really powerful one, like a Vitamix, a Ninja or something like that, you might want to blend for longer because you really want the corn to release all its starch inside the, you know, inside the blend, you know, the mix, the smoothie kind of thing. So now, of course, I forgot something. What did I forget? What did I forget? Not salt. What did I forget? I forgot some tofu. Yes, we are using soft tofu. Okay. So now, cinnamon, not yet cinnamon. First, we need to strain this. And normally, when I make corn cream, I don't strain. I like the corn fibers and to feel a little bit. But the truth is that if you make brulee, you want a little bit more delicate than normal just porridge. So I prefer to strain it. Let me see here. And I will not even wash. I don't know. I'd say I'm a bit distracted today. So I need to wash here quickly my blender. And then we strain here our curau. We want to take it out the fibers. And you probably will see I will not have too much because I really have a really good blender, so it breaks in really tiny pieces. But again, as I said, at home, to have really this small amount of fibers, you need to blend it for a long time if you don't have a really powerful blender, or you will have more pulp living on the strain. Now, today is really simple, easy recipes. Are you using tofu as a substitute for milk? No, I use the coconut milk mixed with cashew milk, but it can be almond milk, rice milk, it doesn't matter, as a substitution for the milk. The tofu here, it will give us a little bit of firmer, more pudding-like texture than a normal curau, because you know a normal curau, because we want this feeling of creme brulee also mixed in. So it's a bit like it would be the egg in our creme brulee, although in this case we don't need to make it a bain-marie, like a double boil, like you do in a normal creme brulee. And why you don't need to do that is basically because corn has so much starch that it will make it, you know, this consistency of the creme brulee without the need of really cooking it. Oh, well, I will cook it now, you will see. Now I will just bring this to a boil until it thickens up. And then, you know, I have to say that if you use canned corn, you might need to add a tablespoon of cornstarch. I tested before, and for some reason the canned one has a little bit less starch, so it doesn't make the same kind of thick cream pudding like. And then you have to add a little bit of cornstarch to compensate that. So if you need to do that, you add at this point before it gets warm. What did I forget? The cinnamon now. The cinnamon. You can, if you have the time to let it infuse, let it a stick of cinnamon inside, and then you cover the pan, let it infuse for a while, and after you finish, but since I know that we don't have this time, well, actually we have, but we pretend we don't have. Then I would use just cinnamon powder. Hello Nadia, how are you? Nadia, have you ever been to a Festa Junina or São João celebration in Brazil? Because I think this year you will be able to see it when you go. And Brasilia, I think it's really big out there, so I think you will have the opportunity to really see a good one. It's a no-miss kind of party. It's really worth seeing if you have not been in one already. I like it a lot, you know. I think this year if you go in July, you will be able to see it. Because we celebrate in 2 months, a whole 2 months, for some reason we don't want to let it go of this celebration. It's one of my favorite parties, to be honest. Carnival, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot about this, Diego. Completely forgot about Corona. Yes, that's true. This year not. Yeah. Completely forgot. First time, which is a good sign. Completely forgot. So you have to whisk it the whole time with a fouet because it can burn on the bottom. Hello, Alice Ment. Yes, Gabi, I completely forgot. How are you, Alice Ment? I completely forgot. Corona escaped from my mind. Just for 1 second to see how distracted I am today. We want this to come to a boil because then it will become even thicker. Let me see here if I have a little spoon. Yes. I wish I could forget about it too. Just first time that I forgot about it. I'm even surprised with myself. Actually, today I didn't have time to test anything because I got home just after, well, we had lunch at home, but we got home around 2 and then we had lunch. Matthew was here. He left already, but he was here. And we had lunch and then I decided that I really needed something fresh. Hello, Bruno. Hello, Minchen. I made some watermelon and lime juice that I was really craving on the whole trip. I was thinking, I really need it. We went to Germany, really on the side here. And then my jug broke. It was juice everywhere. I had to clean all the drawers. And then I could not test anything. I made a little magic here for this recipe. But I'm not even sure if it worked there because I didn't have time to make it too much in advance. Yes, watermelon is the best, right? So I didn't make my classical question. What did you have for lunch? Only Anna answered me, but she didn't have lunch, so doesn't count. So let me know. I want to know what you had for lunch. Probably in Brazil, some people are having lunch, some people just had lunch, and others will still have it because we can eat late without it a problem, right? So you will start to see that it starts to become more consistent. Nothing yet? I will sneeze. No, it went away. Oh no, it's here. It's okay if it comes. Rice and beans. Oh, really Brazilian. Hello, Jingo Santana. Hello, Gilshan. So now it's boiling and I will just whisk it a little bit longer. I just want to be sure that the starches will come together. So I see now it's really boiling here. I can turn off. I will. I'll give it a try. And there is this niece that wants really to come, but it doesn't come. And he can, you know, there's no one in front of me. It's really good. And then, of course, a marinola touch. I like to add a tiny bit of lime juice. Why? Because everything is better with acidity. Everything is better with acidity, and if you follow me, you already know, a pinch of salt. Even if it's sweet, a pinch of salt makes you even realize more the sweetness of it. Hello, Tifo. So test it again to see if it was enough acidity. Tiny bit more. I squeeze just a little bit, and you know, it's a good exercise if you're not used to add limes to everything or lemons to everything, is to test, you know, to try it before, add it, and try after, and you will see how much better you taste. Now it's good. So now all we have to do, we don't need to do like a normal creme brulee where you would cook it in bain-marie. All you need to do is to put it in little ramekins like this, and then you have a choice. You can use the low ones. I have to say that I prefer the low ones for creme brulee, or the high ones. At the moment I only have the high ones at home, so that's what I'm going to use it, but feel free. In my test, because I made some magic there, I made it to half of the little ramequin, because I needed to be sure that it would cool down. What it would do normally, if we use a cinnamon stick here, you would wait that it cools down a little bit here in the pan, covered, before you transfer to the ramequin. Since I use cinnamon powder, it doesn't make any difference. If you eat it just warm like this, like we would eat it the curau in Brazil, you would sprinkle some cinnamon on the top. I will not do that. The reason why I will not do that is because we need it to brûler. If I put a powder, it will not work the same way. You would eat pieces of cinnamon after, and it's not so pleasant. So this now goes to the fridge or the freezer until it settles down. I made some magic, of course, because you know how it is. So I will just set aside this ones here because I don't need it right now. I will check on my there to see if it's not frozen. Yeah, so it's fine. I will use it in a second, but now we will pretend that we put it in the freezer and we will attack the second recipe. Hello, Jill. That's Buffett. Sorry, it's not, I don't know your name, sorry. Hello, Barbara, hello, Benquisto. And we will attack the second recipe, but I don't need this anymore because now paçoca is another Festa Junina specialty. I need to clean this. It's not another Festa de São João specialty, and it's a really nice thing. If you like peanut butter, you will love this one. It's not peanut butter, but it's made with peanuts. It's made with sugar. It has to be good. You know, it's just good. It's a simple kind of a cookie that melts in your mouth. It's just, you cannot explain until you try it. It's really, really good. Of course, that I add something different to it because you know how I am. I always add something not so crazy, but a bit different this time. What do we need? We need a blender or a small food processor. I will use a blender. But I need really to dry out because I don't want this humidity in my peanuts. And then in the traditional recipe, really traditional recipe, you use, besides peanuts and sugar, there's only a third ingredient, and that is manioc flour. Yes, it's surprise even for Brazilians, I think sometimes, but that's how the traditional recipe is made. After there is a lot of, we normally don't even make that at home, we buy the industrial ones, and I think most of the brands is just peanuts and sugar because
you know, it's just easier probably. But I will not use neither manioc flour, but I will not use only peanuts and sugar. Why? Because I want to add something that adds a bit of flour, a bit of fiber to it, a bit of more nutritional, because peanuts are great, but sugar not so much. And in the end, we need some fibers to balance out, otherwise it's too much fat, too much sugar. Also, of course, that I'm not using the whole amount of sugar that normally the recipe asks for, because it really eats a lot of sugar on this recipe, but I'm decreasing a little bit. So what I will use, I will try to make a small recipe, because I know that if I make a big one at home, it's all gone before tomorrow. I'm really crazy about paçoca, and my husband too. So I will make a small one to be sure. And I don't know why I put the peanuts here, because I was not supposed to put the peanuts yet. What I want to add first is this ingredient that I didn't mention you, and it's not cashews, it's not tofu. This time I'm using oats. And I add my oats, whole oats here to my blender. I want just to bring it to a point of a flour or crumbly flour. Where's my, it's here. So I need to dry this out also. And you will see this one is so easy. It's a cookie that you don't need to bake, and it's just so amazing. I think if you would compare to something, you would say that is a peanut melt-away cookie, in case you know the melt-away cookie. Hello, Vex! So I'm already in the second recipe, but this one is really easy. The first one was also really easy. That's why we're making two, because one would not be enough for us. So I just added oats to my blender, a little bit of oats, and I would transform it into a kind of a powder. If I turn on the blender, of course. And really easy now, really fast. I have a kind of powder here. You see? So now it's the time where I will add my peanuts. But I don't want to add, I don't want to blend it too much, because otherwise it's okay that the oat flour will stop that from happening, but it can become like a peanut butter, too powdery. So I don't want to do that too much. Enough. I'll add the sugar fast. You see, it's really fast. Of course, that if you don't have a great blender at home, you might need to do it for a little bit longer, but still be careful, because we don't want that to become a peanut butter. We want that it has consistency, that you can touch with your hands, you can mold it, you know. Hello, insider outside. Okay, enough, because I see already. And I can always blend it more if I need, but if I blend it too much, after it's hard to fix it. So let me check here how it is. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, it's there. You see how I tested? I take a little bit and I mold it with my hands, and you see that I have really pieces here. I can make balls with it. That's what I want. I don't want that is you know, I will taste it here. You know what? I will be honest with you. And I will add, even if I decrease the sugar, I will add a tiny bit more, because I want to get closer to the real deal. So I will add a tiny bit more sugar. I try to decrease more than I actually, no, I didn't forget the salt. I don't want to add the salt at this step when it is still in the blender, for one reason. I used muscovado sugar in this recipe. In the original one we use white sugar, but muscovado sugar has more caramel taste, so you need less and you have a more intense flavor. Why I didn't add salt? If you add salt, really important question, by the way, Diego, really important, not a question, but a remark. Because if you use salt when you blend it, the chances that you will get to this peanut butter state faster is really big. So as I want to control and make sure that that my peanuts don't become a peanut butter, salt I added just in the end. Really fast like this. Now I will transfer this to a bowl, and the work now will be with my hands. And you will think it looks too loose when you see like this. You'll say, not sure, Marina. Trust me, it's what you want. So Bex, I asked them, but you were not here. What did you have for lunch? I always like to know your answer. Scott could have answered me, that's true, but I don't know if he knows what you had for lunch. Probably you didn't have lunch together. I had noodles because that day when I made the noodles, I froze it because I had really far too much. And then we got home today around 2. I just defrosted and I had it and it was perfect. So now it becomes really like, you see, almost like a dry cookie when you start to touch with your hands. I had warm Indian bowl at work, delicious. Oh, I like the Indian bowl. I saw the announcement there. It sounds amazing, these bowls that they have now. But it's just for the delivery, the bowls, right? Did I get it right? So you see that once you start to touch with your hands, it starts to be really firm and moldable. Now I'll add salt. And then you have it. And if you have really warm hands, you want even to be careful at this point because you can easily transform it into a too liquid thing. You can control it. Today the water is warm. My hands are cold, so I have this advantage, but just telling you that it should be faster if you have cold hands. Now, all you need to do, you need to take, this is a cookie cutter, round one. You can take that, or if you don't want, you can just mold it with your hands. But traditionally, that is the size. And then you just squeeze this kind of crumbly dough here into, you see what I'm doing here? You just squeeze it here and then you press it. Today is quite a warm day, so I need to be fast. Then you turn it like this, it's pretty like this. Then you do many like this. It's basically a cookie, a peanut butter cookie, but raw. You don't need to cook it. It's so good, it's so good. Okay, I like to turn it because I like the top better. If you can, if it's warm like this when you make it, put it in the fridge a little bit because it will cool down. It will be easier for you to work with. Today is really warm. It's Brazilian temperatures here. The bowls, you can also eat them at the restaurant. I thought it was only for delivery, the bowls. I don't know why I understood like that. Probably because I saw when they were doing just deliveries. Good to know. I'm planning to go there soon. Just not this week because I'm a little bit, it's already almost weekend. It's almost Saturday. Hello, Abenge94. So you will make this here. It's crazy how simple it is, the recipes. I'm making 2 and I'm almost done with the lives. It's crazy. It's just missing our corn brulee. Okay, turn again. making one more, you know. We will never have enough of it. You will see, this is really addictive. Hello, Luisa, how are you? Paçoca is one of the most addictive kind of sweets in Brazil. Paçoca and brigadeiro. Brigadeiro is also really addictive. Even if you say, I think, you know, it's the kind of sweet, well, this time I reduced the sugar, but in Brazil it's really, really sweet. But you try it once, if you're not used to really sweet stuff, you say, it's really too sweet. But then you take a second one and you say, it's too sweet, but I like it.
This is the original stuff, but people can change the nut. Cashew, Brazilian chestnut, hazelnuts to try something different.
Yes, that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. You can try with any nuts. Just cashews, you have to be really careful because it goes buttery even faster. So now we have here the paçocas. I'll set aside this because I can finish after. I'll add my little paçocas here because, you know, they look nicer here. Hazelnuts must be really good, actually. I'm a big fan of hazelnuts, in case you didn't notice. But I'm a fan, actually, of every nut, right? Cashews, peanuts. Although peanuts are not really a nut. I think you probably all know that, but I prefer to ask anyway. Do you know that peanuts technically is a bean? Is a bean, a pulse? So I will set aside here and we will take now my creme brulee. So these ones are warm, it's the ones that we just made it. And I will put it in the freezer to cool down. In the fridge actually, because I have time. And I will take this one here, that as you saw, I filled only half of it. Actually, I made 2 in advance. So I'll take the other one already. You see, this one I filled more than this one. The reason why I filled this one for half is just that I was afraid that the time would not be enough to cool down. So I made a small one to be sure that the freezer would manage. Now, all you have to do for the brulee, have you ever done a creme brulee in your life? I think so, right? But you need 1 torch. You say it like that, torch. In case you don't have a torch, you can also use, I know people here don't have a gas. You can use the things to light up the gas, but if you don't have one, you will not have it. But this is so worth having it. It's so useful for many different things. I really advise you to buy it. It's cheap, it's not expensive, but you have smaller ones also, but these big ones are more powerful. And then all you have to do is you take some sugar, not confection sugar, you take sugar. You just make sure that you spread it even because we don't want to have more sugar than in one side. Then the big thing is, if you have a lower one, it's easier to burn, you know, or if you fill it up until the top. Why? Because you can make the movements around. You will see what I'm talking about. Now the fire we have the fire. I start like this. Woo! A bit too much. And now the trick, I'm missing the traditional songs. Olha a cobra! É mentira! We have, I don't know why we talk about snakes in São João. I have no idea. If someone knows, I wanted to research today about the snake, what the snake does in the party, but I didn't have the time. So the secret for a creme brulee or for anything brulee is to make a double coat of sugar. So now a little bit more sugar. If you make just one, you don't have a bit thick crack that needs to be done. So now we are almost done. I just set for 1 second. Now a spoon. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? I don't know if you can hear it. Then here it goes. Then you have a creme brulee here. It's really good. So simple, but so delicious. I will not do this one because I need one for the picture soon. Thank you, Ramiri. But it's really, really good. I love, and I know it's weird for Europeans to have a corn in dessert, but really try it. It's really good. Then now, we are coming to an end so fast. The paçoca is really my favorite. This one, I don't know, I will not stop eating it. I know that. I will eat the whole thing. This is probably, I don't know, you know, this is like, it's a disaster because I know I will eat them all. It's just, it's ridiculous. I will not eat them all in front of you because I'm even ashamed of it. But I know it will be gone until tonight. It's just, I'm so addicted to paçoca. So people, today was it. It was so quick in the end. I made 2 recipes, really simple. So no excuse for you not to try it. Really no excuse. And there's no party for São João this year in Brazil. I forgot about this. But I wish you anyway a happy São João and that at least you make the foods at home and you can savor it because it's really, really delicious. And if it is cold there, because I know that in Rio might not be cold, in São Paulo probably it is, right? But sometimes there is a summer in the middle of the winter. Then we'd enjoy even the soups, this warm stuff, and be happy. The food is amazing. And let me know, would you like to see something on Wednesday? Well, on Sunday. What you would like to see on Sunday? I'm making here in my mind a little bit, but I will see what is it possible. But I'm always open for suggestions. 29 degrees, exactly, warm, really warm. But it's possible that you tell me that you are cold because of 29 degrees, because in the end it's not 35, right? I'm so warm, people. I'm really so warm. Thank you. Lentil dal. Diego, if I make a dal in the middle of summer now here, I think my Luxembourger followers, they kill me, or they think that I'm insane. I'm sorry, but warm food this week, I think it will not be, well, maybe, but it's so warm. Yes, I know that. Fresh bowl, that's nice. I almost never make bowls, I have to be honest, but it's nice. It's a nice idea. Summary. You even said last time, no a poke. So yeah, maybe we do that. Ajo blanco, that's nice. I like this one. I remember already that you asked for something else last time, also Spanish. So I'll probably do that. Vegan poke bowl, yes. Really nice. I like the suggestions. So people, I think that's it for today. Really nice to have you. It was really short recipes, but I made 2, and I really think that you should try it. If you try it, please let me know. I promise you, it's addictive. The creme brulee is just so good. The paçoca, I don't even have words for the paçoca. It's just horrible. Terrine, really French, but it's a good idea. I rarely make French classics, but it's true that it's part of my history. I like that. Hello, Patricia. How are you, Rumi? I'm already saying goodbye, but nice to see you. So, people, enjoy the sun, because I think we will have the sun and the heat until probably 9 o'clock in the evening. Enjoy this amazing day, and I see you on Sunday. Enjoy the week. Oh, and before I forget, for the ones in Luxembourg, on Saturday there is the reopening of J'adore Bio. And if you want to go check it out, I think the shop will be amazing. I love it already. And you can find also Marinola cookies there. So maybe it's a good excuse. But you can also enjoy to know the new shop, because it looks amazing. See you. Bye bye.